What is up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? It is time for the weekly forecast for all my signs. All right. As you can see, I'm doing things a little bit different here. I got a little bit of a different setup going on. So let me feel this out here. Get all my stuff set up. All right, y'all. Weekly forecast time. You know what to do if you would like to schedule a personal reading. Just check the description of this video, and that's where you'll find everything you need to know as far as how to go about doing that. And reminder, y'all, there is only one way to schedule a personal reading with me, and that is in the description of this video. I will not reach out to you on Facebook or Instagram or I won't reach out to you at all asking you if you want a reading. The only way to get a reading from me is in the description of this video. If somebody comes to you with my face and my name and you don't see that in the description of this video, that's not me. Okay. All right. Let's jump on into this. Boom, boom. Aries. Let's see what's going on with Aries and the situation troubling them the most. What's going on with you and the person that you're dealing with? Page of Wands. Okay, kind of seems like you're dealing with somebody a little bit closed off. I don't know. It's hard to tell whether or not this person's closed off or, if they really just don't feel the way they're acting. It almost kind of seems like their actions don't match up with their energy, if that makes any sense. Now, honestly, I know this comes through for you all every other time I read this situation. And I try to steer around it because I just keep repeating myself every single time. But it honestly feels like a lot of you are dealing with somebody that might be a little bit too immature for you. And I think you intimidate this person a little bit too. They want to be with you though. There's a lot of potential here. But I think they know at a really deep level they would have to step up their game to really make things work with you. What I'm having a hard time with here is this somebody from your past, or is this a potential new person? That's what I'm not getting here. It's not indicating what kind of situation this is. So that's why I'm kind of tiptoeing around it a little bit generally. But regardless, I think this person knows that at a really deep level, they would really, really have to step up their game in order to make a relationship work very successfully with you. They know that very well. And I think it freaks them out a little bit. So, you know what? Let me just see what's due to come in next for Aries. I kind of threw a monkey wrench in my flow. Usually, I just base the rest of the readings on the way the Aries reading turns out, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. That threw a monkey wrench in my flow. What's coming in next for Aries? What's coming in next? Ooh, could be an earth sign for some of you. But see, the next contract that you have due coming in, first of all, I do not think it's somebody that you know. But it's an individual who may come across a little bit cold and detached, but that's not the case. This person is very, very serious. They are not wasting their time. They're not playing games. I think they're fresh out of a relationship, honestly. Yeah. Tower card, death card, Six of Swords, Lover's card reverse. Look, this person's fresh out of a relationship. So when the two of you very first connect, they're probably going to come across a little bit cold. Like, I just dealt with a toxic fucking shit show of a situation recently, and I ain't even about to take the chance on playing any fucking games with you, you know? And it's not you personally. I just think that this person has just very recently dealt with some bullshit. But the good news is at least they ain't playing games. They ain't playing games. But the bad news is, will you have the patience to allow this person to let their guard down on their own terms? I don't think it's somebody you know, though. So for those of you who have your eye on somebody specifically, if you're wondering if that's the next person coming in, I don't think so. What's the advice? Overall general advice. What's the advice for Aries? Man, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but it's seriously time to let go of anything that's not working for you. Anybody that you have in your life that is holding you back, or just making you feel like shit. If you go to bed at night questioning your self-worth because of a particular individual, it's time to let that person go. If you're sitting around scratching your head trying to figure out where you stand with someone, it's time to let that go. And this is everybody. I'm not just talking about romance. Let's put that across the board. Okay, romance, friends, family, anything that threatens your sleep at night. It's time to let that shit go. Because we about to be moving into 2025 and we ain't going to have no room to carry dead weight into 2025 in the next couple of months. The quicker you learn how to move on from what is not serving you, the quicker the universe can bring you your true blessings. Take that information and do with it what you will. Okay, well, I'm going to change things up a little bit for Taurus, though. I am going to change some things up for Taurus. All right. Let me just see what messages Taurus needs to hear generally. I'm not putting a specific intention into that. What are the most important messages for Taurus in the week? Ooh, somebody's waiting on you to let your guard down. Not telling me who yet. Yup, somebody's waiting on you to let your guard down. And honestly, it feels like past energy here. Yep, this feels like past energy. I'm thinking that somebody from the past, and this honestly for a lot of you feels kind of like the distant past. It doesn't really feel all that recent. I guess it could be for some of you. But whoever you dealt with in the past, I don't think their love life ended up being as successful as they thought it would be. I don't think so. They're waiting on you to let your guard down. They already know what they want to say to you. They already know how they want to approach you. They have it all down pat. They're just waiting on you to let your guard down. It's not really telling me why, though, because the Ten of Cups is reversed and the Empress is reversed. So why exactly? Let me see if I can dig this up a little bit deeper. They still feel a really, really, really heavy connection with you. That's why. They miss what you all had. That's why. They want to see where you stand. They want to try to figure out a way to really delve in and see how you feel, to see if there's any way they can reel you back in. Okay. Well, how's this situation playing out? How's this playing out? You ain't letting your guard down. You're not letting your guard down. I don't think the two of you are coming back together. I don't know how this person plans on determining whether or not you have let your guard down. I don't know. but I don't think you letting your guard down. So they're still pretty much waiting. How are they going to know, though? That's my thing. How are they going to know if you've let your guard down? How are they going to know? How are they going to come to that determination in their mind? No idea. I have no idea. Let's see what's coming in next. Who's the next person coming in for Taurus? What's due to come in for Taurus? Okay, it's going to be a communication-based connection. So either somebody that you start chatting it up with online, or if it's somebody you know personally, it's going to be probably a considerable talking phase that you all will go through in the beginning. So, yeah. So the next person that makes their way into your life, it's going to start off kind of slow. It's going to start off as kind of just like talking, you know. To me, it feels like somebody you connect with online. Doesn't have to be, though. I could easily see you connecting with like somebody at the workplace, possibly. But we just kind of like talking and texting. You know, you ever had a situation like that where you meet somebody at work, and then next thing you know, they add you as a friend on Facebook, and then next thing you know, you all are going back and forth in the comment section. Then it moves to the inbox. Then next thing you know, it's text messages. Then the next thing you know, it's FaceTime. And you know what I'm saying? That type of energy, that's what this feels like. It's gonna be kind of slow in the beginning. And you still got your guard up. What's the advice? What's the best advice for Taurus? How am I going to word this? Don't put up with anyone that tries to push the boundaries of your routine, right? So for example, let's say you work a lot, right? You work a lot and you're only able to talk after 5 p.m. and you're only able to go out on Friday, just for example. And you have your routine set like that very specifically. Don't let nobody try to push you and change that. Oh man, why can't you go out with me on Sunday? You ain't doing nothing. You mean you just sit around by yourself on Sunday? Come on. No, that's my day of rest and relaxation. I got my schedule set the way I do it. Does this make sense? So do not forego your priorities. Don't change up your routine. And don't let anybody test your boundaries. Because I'm kind of feeling like some of you could possibly end up, if you end up connecting with the wrong person who tries to test your boundaries, that could take you down a totally different timeline. Totally different timeline. The next person due to come in is somebody who will respect your boundaries. So pay attention to that in the beginning between you and anybody you connect with. So when I say the next person due to come in, does that guarantee that that's the next person coming in? No, it doesn't. What that means is if you just take your hands off the wheel and you just go with the flow, and that means who's the universe bringing into your life next. That doesn't mean if you go out there and just grab somebody and bring them into your life. I do at least 3 to 5 readings a week, reading situations with people who never had a contract. I see that no less than 3 times a week come through my personal readings. So pay attention to that. The energy between you and anybody you connect with. If you got somebody trying to push your boundaries, step away. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, Gemini. Hang on. Boo, 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 buddy, do. Gemini. What messages do Gemini need to hear the most for the week? What are the messages for Gemini for the week? Oh, somebody giving you the silent treatment. The Death card. This definitely feels like either something that you walked away from or something that you're about to walk away from. One of the two. Sorry. Past energy is usually what comes through when I don't put an intention into it. I've noticed that. Of the 6 years I've been doing this for a living, whenever I just say whatever comes through, 95% of the time, the past comes through. Why? I don't know. I could speculate, but I ain't got time to speculate. Anyway, though, there is somebody from the past who is giving you the silent treatment, hoping, thinking that it's going to reel you back in. And I'm thinking some of you have already done this with this person before, and that may be why they think that giving you the silent treatment is going to work. I know that's not all of you, but I feel like there's a good one or two of you dealing with somebody you've already been on and off with. And maybe every time you go running back to them, so they think all they have to do is sit and pout and be quiet. And that'll make you start running and chasing after them. I know that not all of you have been on and off with this person, but especially those of you who have been on and off with this person, it's looking to me like you're on and off for good this time. That's what it's looking to me like. I feel like you learned your lesson. Some of you dealt with a Virgo, possibly. Also has Scorpio here. What's coming in next for Gemini? Who's the next person coming in? Is it somebody that you know? No, I don't think your next soul contract is somebody that you know, with the Ace of Wands reversed. Could be a Cancer for some of you. So, yeah, oh man. So this person is at a really weird place mentally and emotionally. They're very lonely. They're very empty. But at the same time, they've been through so much toxicity that they're afraid to fall in love again. Does that make any sense? I know that may sound kind of weird because most lonely, empty people are so desperate for a relationship. But this person is at that place where they're really lonely. They want to be with somebody, but they're afraid to. They probably very recently been cheated on. Their guard is sky high because they've been cheated on in the past. So they don't have the most positive outlook on love in the world. I feel like this person's going through a lot. Honestly, you are connecting with this person at a point in their life when things aren't going so good. Could be a Capricorn for some of you. Dude. Well, let's see how it plays out for the first month when the next person comes in. How's it playing out for the first month? How's it playing out for the first month? 3 of Wands. Yeah, you're probably going to kind of start to notice this person's insecurities. Yeah, their insecurities are going to kind of start making themselves known. That's going to be a little bit annoying. But I think that you're hanging on and sticking it out because you do see that through the insecurities and through all the bullshit that they're going through, at the same time, you can see that they really mean well. You can tell that they're not playing games with you. And you can tell that there is potential for success. But at the same time, their insecurities are a little bit off-putting, and their little trust issues are a little bit off-putting. And it might make it a little bit difficult for you to feel a really, really heavy connection with this person. Okay, well, let's get the advice. What's the best advice for Gemini? So, first of all, now I was going to try to steer around this, but this is the second time this came up. You and this person do have karma from a past life. But when all else fails, first of all, ain't nobody out there perfect. Okay, you're going to find at least one or two red flags with anybody you connect with. And when it all comes down to it, observe a person's general intentions. Generally. Hang on a second. I'm going to grab my water bottle. Observe a person's general intentions. Meaning, observe them from all other angles of their life. Like, can your friends trust you? All right. Do you keep secrets for your friends? Do you go and tell your friends' business behind their backs? Do you go and tell somebody's secret behind their back? Do you straight up lie to people? Right? Like, I see that come through sometimes too. A lot of times when I get clients on Zoom calls and you get to digging, it's like, yeah, well, I kind of knew that they were a liar because they'll lie to people right in front of me. I'm like, well, there you go. That tells you everything you need to know. Like, if they'll tell a lie to somebody right in front of your face, knowing that it's a lie, that tells you everything you need to know. I don't think, though, however, with this person, you're going to have to worry about that. As long as you can observe them in all other corners of their life. And generally speaking, they come from a place of integrity. They're trustworthy. Everybody in their life can trust them. They're not two-faced. They're not sneaky. None of that shit. Then there's potential here to build something successful. Now we just got to work on the damn insecurities, All right. Cancer. Cancer. What messages do the Cancerian collective need to hear for the week? Important messages for Cancer. Boom. Some of you dealing with an earth sign, possibly. Some of you could be going through some financial troubles right now, too. But, I'm seeing a new connection coming in. Uh-oh. I'm seeing something new come in. So, with the 10 of Cups, Page of Cups, this looks like new love coming in. However, Ace of Swords reversed, King of Wands reversed. You highly, highly suspect that this person may be playing you. Highly suspect that. I think you may be a little bit suspicious of a third party. And this is telling me that you're a little bit disappointed because something feels off. Something triggers your defenses. You got your guard up. Could be somebody at the workplace for some of you. Could be a Virgo for some of you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's probably going to end up leading to a little bit of drama. Damn, dog. Let's see this person's true energy. What are their true intentions? Do you really have something to worry about, or are you just tripping? What's this person's true feelings and intentions? this new person Cancer's connecting with. 9 of Cups. They're emotionally independent. 6 of Swords. Hang on. Let me get the rest of the spread out before I give my final verdict. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Cups reversed. Emperor reversed. No, I don't think so, Cancer. Now, I'll give you this much. Are they being 100% open and authentic about who they are? Not really. But they're not playing you. They're not playing games with you. They're just very, very emotionally independent. They're not afraid of being alone. For some of you, maybe they've been alone for so long that maybe they just kind of forgot how to act when it comes to dating. Or maybe some of y'all just speak two completely different vibrational and emotional love languages. Very possibly. Very possibly. Could be an Aries for some of you, but this person does have some insecurities that they're hiding. But I don't think it's coming from a bad place. I really don't. But that doesn't excuse inconsistencies and funny behavior and whatnot. I'm not saying that makes it okay, but if it helps for those, especially those of you who have already connected with this person. I know that's not all of you, but I feel like it might be a little handful of you who have already recently connected with this person. No, it's not coming from a bad place. Let's get the advice. What's the advice? Well, try not to compare this person to the past. Be sure that you are standing in your emotional independence as well. Do not give your key to your happiness to anybody. Do not depend on this person for anything. And do the best you can to get those trust issues in check. If you can't, you're better off walking away from somebody who has good intentions if you can't trust them. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what their intentions are. It doesn't matter if they have nothing but the best intentions in the world. If you don't trust them, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They can have the best intentions in the world. It's going to end up leading to the demise of the connection. So if you're unable to step back and say, okay, well, that's just who you are. That's who you are. That's how you roll. Cool. It's not your job to create my happiness for me. You know, I got me. I'm happy. I don't need you to make me happy. That's who you are. I trust you. If you're unable to do that, that's fine. You all may speak a very different love language. Then if you can't get them trust issues in check, you're better off walking away. All right. Leo. Leo. What messages do we have for the Leo family? What are the messages for the Leo family? Ooh, Queen of Cups. Hang on. Four of Swords. Some of you dealt with an Aquarius. Also have Cancer here. Oh, man. I'm thinking that you're going to end up hearing from somebody that you already moved on from. I'm thinking so. Because there's somebody from the past that still fucking dreams about you, dude. Like, they still be having dreams about you. I don't know how long ago this ended. but it feels like they thought that this connection would go away with time, and it hasn't. It's been getting heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier, and they're about to fold under pressure and break the silence. They're scared, though. They're scared that you don't feel the same way. So that's the only thing that's really been holding them back, is they're pretty well convinced in their mind that you don't feel the same way they do. So they're nervous about that. But look at that. 10 of Wands, Ace of Swords, 5 of Pentacles reversed. The pressure of this connection is going to get too intense, and they're going to eventually end up folding under pressure and breaking the silence. All right, well, let's see how this situation plays out. How's this situation playing out? What's the outcome? Ooh, you ain't jumping head first into this, are you? Some of you might not even respond to them. I know that's not all of you, but you're very reluctant to engage. I'm not seeing a love offer being made. Man, this is weird. I'm honestly not getting a lot of movement on your part at all. I don't know if you're just completely ignoring this person, or if you're just kind of keeping them at an arm's distance at first, or what. But it's not showing any movement on your part at all. It's not showing any action. I'm seeing the silence remaining for some reason. It's not telling me why. Are you turning them down, or are you just avoiding the drama? That's weird. Let's get the advice for this. What's the advice for this situation? Ooh, Knight of Wands reversed. Okay. Well, maybe that's the way you should handle it then. Okay, hang on. Ooh, 6 of Pentacles reversed. Hierophant. Ah, this is a test. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. This is a test. Now, I feel like probably 25% of you have done this once or twice with this person. So for you, it's definitely a test. But it's still a test even if you've never been on and off with this person. This is a test to see whether or not you're ready for the next person coming in. So what are you going to do this time? What are you going to do? So when you're being tested, there's not much advice I can give you. Because if you're being tested and I give you the answer, then it wasn't a test. You just cheated. You see what I'm saying? I'll meet you in the middle, though. I'll meet you in the middle. For those of you who want to just completely ignore this person altogether, that's cool. I know there's a couple of you who you're like, I already know what it's going to be. I already know what's going to be. Every time I talk to this person, it's the same fucking shit. Okay. But for those of you who aren't quite there yet, keep them at an arm's distance for at least a month. At least a month. And let them in slowly. I don't think it'll take a full month before this person shows you that nothing has changed. But for the very small number of you that have to go through and repeat the cycle all over again, okay, it is what it is. It happens like that sometimes, man. It happens like that sometimes. All right, who's the next person coming in for Leo? Is it somebody that you know? Is the next person coming in somebody that Leo knows? Yes, I think so. Yep, I think so. I do think that the next soul contract due to come in is somebody that you know. For some of you, it's somebody you already done slept with. I know that's not all of you, though, but it's screaming at me here. Screaming at me. Either way, though, I do think that it is somebody that you know, but they aren't really sure whether or not to pursue this. They feel a real strong connection with you, but they're not sure how you feel. They're not sure whether or not they should pursue this. They're not sure whether or not they're ready to settle down. Damn, dude. Could be an Aquarius for some of you. I have Virgo, Capricorn, and Libra here. Well, shit. What's the advice for Leo then? What's the advice? Just don't waste any time. Don't waste any time. Let's try to make it real simple and to the point. Don't waste too much time. Ask yourself this. How confusing should it be? If this was my divine life partner, how confusing would it be? How much time should it take? How complicated should it be? Ask yourself that. Don't waste too much time on this. That's all I'm going to say. If somebody can't decide what they want, then that is a decision. No decision is a decision. All right. Virgo. 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 What are the most important messages for the Virgo family? Man, some of y'all are kind of feeling like you don't have any options available to you. Either you feel like you don't have any options or you're not interested in any of the options that you have. Something to do with no options. Maybe, and I'll go way out on a limb here and say maybe some of you are only interested in the people or the person that isn't available. All right? I feel like that's at least one or two of you. Okay. I see communication coming in. No. What's that? What's that? What's that? Communication from the past. Communication from the past. But I'm even thinking that a lot of you ain't even interested in that. But I am thinking that whether you're interested in it or not, which I'm feeling like the vast majority of you are not, this right here tells me that at least 60 to 70% of my Virgo followers aren't interested in the past. But even if you are, I'm still seeing that your defenses are very high with this situation here. I'm thinking they want to be with you, though. They got feelings for you with the Ace of Cups. Are you just trying to just lay low? Just lay low and be single and take a break and just do you? That's what this is telling me. I'm feeling like a lot of you are just making the decision to just kind of be by yourself for a little bit, no matter who is trying to make their way into your life. God damn, Virgo, what is going on with y'all? I need to burn some sage. Where the sage at? Damn, my Virgo friends, damn. That almost gives me a headache just trying to read that energy. Y'all be stressing, ain't you? Y'all stressing, ain't you? Damn, dog. Well, who is the next person due to come in for Virgo? Is it a past person? Is there any unfinished business? Who's due to come in? Some of y'all got a Pisces headed your way. Yeah, I'm honestly thinking that the majority of you are to be reconnected with somebody from the past, but not for a reconciliation. Not for a reconciliation. I think a lot of you are going to be reconnected with somebody from the past to tie up some loose ends and release and let go of that, because that is serving as a blockage that is preventing your actual person from coming in. So it's not like you have a contract due with a past person. It's that there's a really heavy karmic tie that's weighing you down, right? Even if you forgot about it. Now, hopefully, when I say that, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Hopefully. This may sound kind of weird, but when it's fresh on your mind, it's easier to work with. Now, if this is something that happened 5 years ago and you just went out and buried it, forgot about it, kept yourself real busy, and just waited until you woke up one day and forgot about it, and it's buried under your conscious awareness, that's going to make it real difficult to process through. Real difficult. I have a feeling that that's a little handful of you too. Like, what is he talking about? That's 5 years ago. I haven't thought about that in fucking years. That's not good. That's not good, because you're going to have to dig that back up and sort through it in order to release it. Just because you waited until you forgot about it, that don't mean it left. If you strap 150 pounds to your back, eventually you're going to forget that it's there. Eventually. Might take a while. It might weigh you down for 6 months, a year, year and a half. But eventually you're going to wake up one day and completely forget that 150 pounds is there. But it's still there. And it's still weighing you down. You just don't realize it. Let's get the advice. Let's get the advice. Okay. Don't avoid any opportunities to tie up loose ends from the past. Don't avoid that. If somebody shows up in your inbox, at least entertain the conversation enough to send them on their way with love and light. If you're shopping at the grocery store and you go to round the corner at the end of the aisle, and on the other end of the store, you see that person, go up to them and say, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I know you don't want to." "Oh God, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know." But if you're presented with an opportunity to release something from the past, or at least just send them on their way with some love and light so that they can release it, don't ignore that opportunity. Some of y'all need to shoot somebody a closure message, and you know who I'm talking about. A lot of you know who I'm talking about. It probably makes you mad hearing that. I get it. It sucks. It's not fun. It's awkward. It's embarrassing. It feels weird. It feels cringy. It's like, I don't want to do that, but sometimes it has to be done. Has to be done. If you're serious about your spiritual, evolutionary, or manifestation path, eventually you're going to have to send somebody a closure message at some point. At some point. I had to do it a few months ago. But let's see, when was that? Back in April, matter of fact. Back in April. There was a situation from my past that just, I couldn't sort through it. I couldn't release it. Been working on it since 2018. I couldn't release it. Finally, I just looked the person up, shot them a closure message. And surprisingly, they responded in a very friendly way. I didn't expect that, but it doesn't matter. They could have wrote back and say, "Fuck you, you asshole. Quit talking to me." I'm still cool with that. At least I sent love their way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. If you are serious about your path, you are going to have to do that at some point. Even if you can release every other past connection, there's at least going to be one where you have to do that. All right, y'all, I babbled enough. Sorry about that. Libra. Libra, what are the messages for Libra for the week? Let me check something real quick. Okay. All right, Libra. Libra. Boo, boo, ba, boo, buddy, doo. Libra. Ooh. Death card. Hang on. Somebody dealing with a Scorpio. You completed a karmic cycle. Okay. So I don't know if this, I guess just take this how it resonates. Some of you are dealing with something that already ended. Some of you are dealing with something that you know is coming to an end. Some of you are dealing with something that you have a feeling you're supposed to end, but you don't know why. Regardless, though, I'm being told to tell you that you have successfully completed a karmic cycle. Successfully. World card. Wheel of Fortune. Death card. I think for the majority of you, this feels like something that already ended. Take it however it resonates, though. Some of you dealt with an Aries. I also have Virgo and Scorpio here. Ooh, yeah, you completed a karmic cycle now with the Emperor and the Empress. Looks like your person is due to come in next. Well, I didn't even get to that part of the reading yet, but it's already telling me that with the shit you've completed, your person's due to come in now. Okay. Let's take a look and see what's coming in next. Is your person coming straight in? Or are you going to be tested? Are you going to have to go on a healing path? What's coming in next? What's coming in next for Libra? Okay, a new love offer. By the way, I do not feel like your person is somebody you know. I get that question a lot in personal readings. At least 3 or 4 times a week, somebody will ask me, is my divine life partner somebody I know or somebody I have not met yet? I get that question all the time. I'm getting, for the majority of my Libras that need to hear this message, I do not think it's somebody that you know. I think it's a brand new person. Matter of fact, I would even go as far as to say this person isn't even your type. That's how surprising and unexpected it's going to be. They're not even your type. Boy, I'm going to tell you what, this person is as serious as a heart attack, a stroke, and stage 4 cancer. This person is dead serious. They ain't playing no games. None. We got the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Boy, this person ain't playing no games. I do feel like they were very recently cheated on. Very recently. But one of the first things that you are going to notice is how well the two of you communicate. It doesn't really look like it's a really heavy emotional connection in the beginning, which would normally make you feel kind of weird. But I think the level of psychological stimulation kind of makes up for that and really keeps you intrigued by this person, where even though it doesn't feel like a heavy drowning in the emotional waters type of connection, it's like, dude, we don't even really have to fucking speak. It's like we just look at each other. I know what you're thinking. You know what I'm thinking. You be living in my head. I'll be living in your head. You start talking about what I was just randomly thinking about and vice versa. Like the communication between the two of you is off the fucking charts. Okay. That's probably the first thing you're going to notice. And again, it's weird because this person is not somebody you ever would have pictured yourself with. You have never, Matt, you know what? I'm going to go way out on a limb. Way out there. Some of you. This person is the type of person that you may have told yourself you would never date, right? For example, let's say you told yourself that you would never date anyone who works at a bank, for example. Just an example. I would never, ever date somebody that works at a bank. Well, this person works at a goddamn bank. You see what I'm saying? Or let's say that you told yourself that you will never, ever date somebody that drives a Ford. You get the point I'm making, right? This is going to be so unexpected. Let's get the advice. Let's get the advice. What is the advice for Libra? Okay. Look, hang on. I haven't given this advice in a while, man. It's been forever since that's come through. Okay. Red flags. Everybody got them. You're never going to meet a person without one single red flag. However, now I must preface this, okay? I'm not talking about big, fucked up, deal breaker red flags. If you end up finding out that this person is living a double life as a crack addicted hooker on the weekends, fucking run. If you end up finding out that this person did 25 years in prison for some of the most horrific, heinous, unthinkable fucking crimes, you run. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the little shit. You know, the little silly shit that we never think about until after the relationship ends, right? I should have known when they did this, or when they said that, or when this happened. You know, the little shit. Okay, those red flags. Most people do one of two things. Either they stuff it under the rug and pretend that it's not there, or they cut and run. Well, I asked them one thing one day, the same thing the next day, and they said something different. So I got to go. Let's lay the red flag on the table and talk about it like a mature adult. Shine light on the red flags, right? Like a mature adult. I'm not saying be shitty about it. I'm not saying be rude about it. I'm not saying be condescending and snappy and bitchy and judgy. I'm not saying that. But just like a mature adult. Hey, I could have swore the other day you said this, but now you're saying this. Maybe that was my fault. Did I mishear that? Could be me. Hey, if so, my bad. Maybe I misheard you. Right? Shine light on the little red flags. Because one of two things is happening. Either A, they think you're a dumbass and they think you're not paying attention. Or B, maybe they're not paying attention. Maybe they're just really not all that locked into what's coming out of their own mouth. Either way, though, it's going to get them thinking, oh shit, Libra paying attention. I better really start thinking about what comes out of my mouth. I better start making sure that my actions match up with my words. Right? That may not sound like much, but I'm telling you, that can seriously bypass lots of really crazy, fucked up bullshit later on down the line. All right? All right, Scorpio. Oh, let me grab this super chat here. We got Alicia. Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate you. Boo. Did I miss any others? Boo, boo, be doo doo, boo, boo, doo. Okay. All right. Hang on. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio. What are the messages for the Scorpio family? Show the world card. Hang on. That could go in two completely different directions, so hang on. Not speaking on it yet. Boom, 6 of Wands, King of Cups. Oh, you're getting closure. Yep, getting closure. But see, here's the thing. This is why I wanted to wait on this. Okay, so long story short, you're going to get closure from somebody from the past. However, that's not their intentions going into it. Their intentions going into it is to test the waters to see whether or not a reconciliation attempt is on the table as a possibility with the death card reverse. And if for whatever reason it doesn't really seem like it's going in that direction, or if you maybe just don't come across like you're even considering that, then they're just going to go ahead and disguise it as closure, right? So this person already knows exactly what they want to say to you, and they're going to test and pick and poke at you emotionally to see how you respond. You know, for example, oh, hey, Scorpio, how you doing? You just got recommended to me on people I may know in Facebook. Isn't that weird? Well, it's so weird because just the other day, I heard your favorite song come on the radio. Remember the song that we danced to the first time we went out, right? Now, if I'm trying to get closure with you, why the fuck would I say that? Why would I say that if I'm trying to get closure? That's not something you say when you're trying to get closure. That's something that you say when you're trying to stir up past memories. You don't stir up past memories to get closure. You see what I'm saying? May have been a cheesy example, but you get the point that I'm making, right? And if you don't respond the way they're trying to get you to respond, then they'll back off and it'll just end up being closure. Okay. Well, let's see. Oh, that kind of tells the outcome there, doesn't it? Let's just get some advice for this situation, I guess. Let's get some advice for this situation. Ooh, 3 of Swords. Hang on. Just pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your intuition. Okay. And I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it takes intuition. It's common sense. When somebody says something that is designed to get an emotional reaction out of you, that's not an accident. People know what the fuck they're doing. You can tell when somebody's testing to see how you feel about something. You can tell. Come on now. You do not have to be a goddamn rocket scientist to figure out how to play with somebody's emotions. It's the easiest, most primitive, fucking small-minded thing you can do is to play with somebody's emotions just to see how they feel. So keep your guard up. Protect your heart. Don't let this person get near your heart. Close it out. Death card. Close it out. Well, okay. So I kind of feel like that's what you were going to do anyway. So I don't know why. Maybe it didn't need advice. Okay. Well, let's see what's coming in next for Scorpio. Who's the next person due to come in? Who's the next person due to come in? Somebody that you know. Fool card. Hang on. Is this somebody Scorpio knows? Seven of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. I don't think so. I do not think that the next person coming in is somebody that you know. I don't think so. But you know what the good news is, though? That's the good news. You've cleared your karma. You don't have any lessons that you need to learn. There's no wisdom that you need to be handed in regards to anything. You don't need a bunk contract. You ain't got nothing to do to come in but yo motherfucking person. Let's see if I can get a little more information on that. What's one of the first things Scorpio is going to notice when their person shows up? Man, 10 of Pentacles. Just, it's good in a really weird way. In a really, really weird way. Everything is going to line up so perfectly between you and this person. Like almost too perfectly. Like at least in the very beginning. I'm not saying that there's never going to be any challenges or obstacles between the two of you. I'm not saying that. But in the beginning, you know, in that first month to 2 months, like it almost seems like the universe is clearing your path. You know, like let's say, for example, you have a really busy, unpredictable work schedule, right? That's not set in stone, you know. Maybe some weeks I work Wednesdays, some weeks I'm off Wednesdays, some weeks I work Saturdays, sometimes I'm Sunday through Thursday, other times I'm Tuesday through Saturday. Like my schedule is so hectic and fucked up that I never really know. But for 2 straight months, no matter how unpredictable my work schedule is, it somehow ends up working out to line up with your work schedule. That is so weird. I have to cancel plans all the time with friends and family because I get called into work. But for some reason with you, it works out so perfectly. Every time. I've never had to cancel one plan with you ever for 2 straight months. That's the universe telling me something. That's the universe saying that you belong in my fucking life. That's one of the first things you're going to notice. One of the very first things. So if you bring somebody into your life and there's roadblock after roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, and it kind of seems like the universe is trying to keep you away from this person, you might want to step back and think, well, shit. Is this somebody the universe wants in my life? So pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. All right. Sagittarius. Let me see something here. Hang on, y'all. Oh, wow. I still got all my old videos on here and everything. What the hell is this? Okay. All right. My bad, y'all. All right. Sagittarius. What messages do we have for the Sagittarius family? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. King of Pentacles reversed. Uh-oh, hang on. Hang on. I want to say that so bad, but let me see what else comes through. Four of Pentacles. Man, I can't help it. Some of y'all are hung up on a fucking loser. Come on, Sagittarius. Well, so I'm seeing a few different things happening here. I am seeing communication from more than one person. You're kind of getting jerked around here, aren't you? I'm seeing communication from a potential new person and possible communication from a past person. Thank you for the super chat. Oddly eccentric. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. So you're probably going to get jerked around here a little bit and be up in your head, not 100% sure which way to go. You know, honestly, what it looks to me like, though, is that whoever the new person coming in is, keep your eye on the new. I don't know why I'm seeing a past person coming in here, but it almost kind of feels like, I would even go as far as to say that as soon as you start talking to somebody new, maybe a past person sees that and wants to try to interject to see if they can fuck things up. I don't know. But it's like within a week to 2 weeks of connecting with a new person, all of a sudden somebody from the past shows up in your inbox. Some of you are hung up on the past person. Some of you are not. But I am feeling like the past person is probably a fucking loser that you do not need in your life anyways. So don't worry, though. When it comes to the past, you have no unfinished business. Could be a Scorpio for some of you. I also have Cancer here and Libra. Ooh, I love it. I love it. You know what that means, right? That means that with the past person, you successfully completed a karmic cycle. Successfully. All right. Well, shit. Now that threw a monkey wrench in my flow again, man. Let's get the advice. Hang on. First of all, let's get the advice with Sagittarius and the person from the past. I'm going to have to change it up a little bit here. What's the advice with Sagittarius and the person from the past? Okay, well, just know that this person does not have good intentions. They want to see something bad happen to you. Nothing would make this person's day more than seeing something bad happen to you. I think they're trying to bring drama into your life. They don't want to see you move on. They don't want to see you be happy. They don't want to see you successful. If it was me, I wouldn't even talk to them. I wouldn't even entertain they punk ass. If it was me, do what you want. Do what you want, but there is no spiritual reason for you and this person to reconnect because you already completed your soul contract. You completed it successfully. So there's no reason for it now. Take that information and do with it what you will. Let's look at the next person coming in. Is the next person coming in somebody that Sagittarius knows? Is the next person coming in somebody Sagittarius knows? Knight of Cups reverse. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, I take that back. Let me put it to you like this. It could be somebody that you know, but it's not somebody you have your eye on. because it's an opportunity that you aren't even aware of. So it could be somebody that you know, like it could be somebody at the workplace or maybe somebody in your friend circle. But even if it is somebody you know, it's not somebody that you would have ever expected being with. It's an opportunity that you're not even aware is available to you. So it's not the person you have your eye on. So if you have your eye on somebody specifically, I don't think that that is your person. I don't think so. Could be somebody at the workplace for a lot of you. I'm getting really, really, really heavy workplace vibes here. Or it could just be an earth sign for some of you, but a lot of workplace vibes there. A whole lot. So let's get the advice. That's all it told me there. That didn't tell me much of anything, did it? That didn't tell me much of anything. Let's get the advice for the next person coming in for Sagittarius. What's the advice? 6 of Pentacles. Make sure that there is equal give and take and teamwork. Do not let a new relationship distract you from healing that needs to be done from the past. Okay? Categorize the people who are in your life, right? A lot of people like to jump into a new relationship and it distracts them from their pain. It distracts them from their heartache. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because what ends up happening is you're going to end up bleeding on somebody that didn't cut you. You don't realize it. I'm not saying that you're a bad person. We're all like that. All of us. If I get with you and completely neglect the healing that I needed to do from my past, eventually I'm going to take something out on you that's not your fault. Eventually, the anger and resentment I have for somebody else is going to get thrown at you. Eventually. And at some point, if that energy isn't put in check, it will lead to the demise of the connection. Don't be afraid to take things a little bit slow. Not too slow, within reason, right? And just know that whenever this next person comes in, if things seem a little bit weird or a little bit out of your comfort zone or a little bit different or a little bit odd, that's a good thing. Because you know that when your person shows up, the transformation has just started. When the universe brings you your actual person, that is the beginning of the end. That's the beginning of the end of the old you. Because in order for you and this person to build a foundation and build an empire and have something successful, both of you are going to have to become very, very different people. Very different. Very different. All right. Capricorn. Capricorn. What are the messages for Capricorn? Uh-oh, 8 of Cups there. So somebody that you have unfinished business with is keeping a very close eye on you. But for those of you wondering, no, it does not look like they're planning on making a return. Doesn't look like it. And it doesn't really look like you're taking any action towards them either. This is just very silent tension. And this person's getting pretty damn impatient too. I don't know how long ago this was. Feels to me, if I had to give this like a time frame as to when this ended, kind of feels like not recent, but not distant, kind of somewhere in the middle. I'm getting like 3 to 4 months type vibes here. you know, somewhere in there. At the longest, the beginning of this year. So I guess if you ended something longer than a year ago, well, then that would be even worse, actually. But there's somebody that you walked away from that has been keeping a very, very, very close eye on you, convinced that you're coming back. And for some of you, you've done this once or twice before with this person, and that's why they were so convinced that you were coming back. But that period in which they expected you to come back, it already passed that timeline, right? So like, say, for example, you and this person have been on and off, and every single time you always come back after 2 weeks, just for example. Well, after that 2 weeks, they're like, oh shit. Now they're getting really impatient. Or even if you weren't on and off, it doesn't matter. I feel like this person had a certain time block in their mind in which they were convinced that you would be back. Give it a month. Capricorn will see what a mistake it is to not have me in their life, and they'll come running back. And then after that month, 2 months, or whatever it was, you didn't come back. And they're like, oh shit. Oh shit. So it's kind of looking like they're kind of starting to throw in the white towel on this. They're not really waiting on you anymore, but they're still keeping a very close eye on you. And they don't know why. The connection is getting heavier and heavier and heavier as time goes on. Damn, dog. Let's get the advice for this situation. I would normally put in my 2 cents, but I'm feeling the strong urge to keep my mouth shut on that. Believe it or not, my guides tell me when I should talk and when I shouldn't. I know some of y'all get awful goddamn mad when I put my opinion in there. Sorry. No, I'm not. But there are times where I can feel my guides go like this. And then, okay, I won't say nothing. Let's see what advice comes through. What advice is coming through? Death card. What that means is there was no accident that this came to an end. Okay? There is no unfinished business between the two of you. The two of you did not fail to complete your mission together. You came together like you were supposed to. You completed all of the objectives that you had in that soul contract like you were supposed to. And then you parted ways like you were supposed to. So there is no spiritual, there is no bigger purpose for you and this person to come back together. That would serve no purpose. That's all I can really tell you as far as this goes. But nothing is more important than you understanding that in your own heart. If you don't understand that in your own heart, you're better off repeating the cycle with this person 100 times until you can feel the universe slapping you in the head saying, okay, do you get it now? So take that information and do with it what you will. Let's see who's due to come in next for Capricorn. Who's the next person that's actually due to come in? Is it somebody that you know? Is the next person coming in somebody that Capricorn knows? 4 of Wands. Hang on. No, I don't think so. But you know what, though? When you meet this person, it's going to feel like you've known them your whole life. It's going to feel like it because I think you've had many past lives with this person. But in this lifetime, does your avatar know this avatar? No. No. But I think you all were life partners in previous lifetimes. Now, just to let you know, I am not a psychic medium and I am not a past life regressionist. Every once in a blue moon, somehow the psychic switch flips on and crazy information spills out that there's no way that I should know. But even this far into my career, I haven't figured out how to flip that switch on command. Or actually, honestly, I'm scared to. I'm scared to figure that out. There's some things I don't want to fucking know. But I am an expert in energy behavior. So looking at the energy here, it looks like you all more than likely have been life partners in previous lifetimes. The two of you have played very close, intimate roles in each other's lives. Life partners, husband and wife, parent and child, sister and brother. You all have been really close in previous lifetimes, and you're going to feel a sense of soul recognition that kicks you in the teeth when you meet this person. Might scare you a little bit. It might just scare the doo-doo out of you a little bit. It very well may. But also, I was going to try to steer around this, but it keeps coming through. Whoever this is from the past, that energy is not really serving as a blockage, but it is slowing things down. Now, I'm not pointing the finger. I'm not saying that this person is doing that to you by throwing energy at you. You still have some ties that you need to undo. Does that make sense? They can't energetically twist your arm and force you to do anything. But there's still some ties that need to be undone on your end. But I don't think it's going to prevent the next person from coming in. It's just going to slow things down a little bit. I think a little bit more time needs to pass before you should even consider trying to get closure with this person. A little bit more time needs to pass. Sometimes, depending on how heavy a past connection was, usually around 2 years, is about the appropriate time to get closure with somebody. All right, 2 years. Let it settle. Transmute as much as you can. Release as much as you can, And then after 2 years, sometimes 3 at the latest, I think a lot of you are dealing with something that's a year or less. All right. Dadgummit. Aquarius. Boom, boom, boom. What are the messages for Aquarius? Queen of Wands. Is that you, boo-boo? Standing on business. That's Aquarius standing on business. Boom. Uh-oh. Hold up. Ooh, okay. There's somebody that wants to talk to you, but they're too intimidated. Yep, and sure enough, it is somebody from the past. Somebody from the past. They want to talk to you. They already know what they want to say, but not only do they know what they want to say, but in their mind, they think they know what you're going to say. See what I'm saying? Whoops. So they're scared to death. They are scared shitless. Hang on. There we go. They scared shitless. That's all this is telling me. That is all this is telling me. Will we get any deeper than that? No. Hermit. It's not telling me anything else. That's it. There's unfinished business, unanswered questions. But this person is so scared that they absolutely refuse to come forward. With the death card here, they would rather carry this burden for the rest of their life than to come forward and hear you say what they think you're going to say. What do they think you're going to say? I don't know. Are they right? Maybe. Did some of you possibly say something very, very hurtful? when they were on their way out the door, maybe? Did you let them know all about themselves? Or maybe they're just making it all up in their head. Maybe. I've never really met an in-between Aquarius. I've never really have. Usually most Aquarians will either barf their opinion on the table or they don't say nothing most of the time. So it's kind of hard to tell. Kind of hard to tell which one. It's probably different for all of you. There's probably some of you who you barfed your opinion all over the table, let them know what time it is, told them all about themselves. There's others of you who didn't say nothing because you know you didn't need to say nothing because they already know, right? They already know, and it's playing in their head, eating them alive. And you're really, 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 really good at knowing when to not say something because you know they're already saying it to themselves, right? So it's probably different for every one of you, but this person's way too damn scared to come forward. Let's get the advice on this situation. Would it be a good idea for Aquarius to reach out to this person? What's the advice? How did I know that was going to come through, dude? How did I know? Well, I'll just put it to you like this. If you reach out to this person, no, they are not going to be genuine, upfront, and honest with you. They're going to blow smoke up your ass. They're going to try to mislead you. They're not going to be honest about how they feel. They're not going to be honest about what their intentions are. They're not going to be honest about what they've had going on in their life. So the question is, do you want to talk to somebody that's going to do nothing but blow smoke up your ass? Take that information and do with it what you will. Let's see what's coming in next. Is the next person coming in for Aquarius somebody that they know? Is this somebody that you know? Why does that always come out? Getting sick of seeing this come out with the next person coming in. Let me grab another deck. Damn world card reversed. Always jumps out. I'm trying to avoid it. I don't want to keep talking about that, man. Comes out for everybody. Knight of Cups reversed. All right, who's the next person coming in for Aquarius? Is it somebody that you know? I don't think so. I don't think so. If you have your eye on somebody specifically, I don't think, actually, honestly, you know what? This feels to me like you have your eye on somebody very specific. And not only is that not the person that's due to come in next, but you being locked in on that one person is blocking the next person from coming in. Yep. So you and the next person coming in could be on an elevator together. And if you're still in a vibrational state where you're focused in on this other person, you wouldn't even be able to connect with them. They could say, hi, how you doing? What's your name? It wouldn't even register because you're not tuned into that frequency vibrationally. I knew it was coming out again. I knew it. That's the other person that you're connected with. I get tired of talking about blockages, but if it comes through and I keep trying to steer around it and the universe won't let me, that means I got to talk about it. So no, it's not somebody that you know. Could be somebody very financially well off though. Or somebody that's very superficial and cares a lot about their money, their work, their finance. But no, it's not somebody that you know. It's going to be very, very, very weird. Not only is it going to be unexpected, I know I've said that a lot. It's not just going to be unexpected. It's going to be beyond unexpected. It's going to be straight up fucking weird. I think you're going to meet this person not just in an unexpected way, but in a weird fucking way. You're going to be tripping on it. You're going to be looking back like, God damn, that is so fucking weird. That is so strange. I never would have imagined meeting somebody like that. You know, like I think the universe is going to put you in a really weird, bizarre, strange, unexpected situation in which that will be the only way you would ever be able to connect with this person. Not something that you would normally do. It'll be something probably out of your daily routine. I think I've given this example before, but I'm going to paint up an example. So let's say you go to visit your mom 3 states away, right? That's definitely out of your daily routine. Not only did you go to visit your mom 3 states away, but your mom has the flu and she's too sick to drive. So you have to drive her to the emergency room, right? And she's thirsty. So she wants something to drink. And you go up to the soda machine to get her something to drink. And that person is standing there jiggling with the machine and they need help with it because it's messed up. And then boom, that's how you and that person connect. Goofy example, but you see what I'm talking about when I say something so strange and weird and unexpected. Like there's no way we ever would have connected if my mom didn't have the flu and then wasn't craving a fucking cherry Coke or something like that. You get the point that I'm making. It's going to be in a really weird way. So the point that why I'm saying that is don't drive yourself nuts trying to figure it out. You ain't going to. Matter of fact, the harder you try, the more you're going to get in your own way. Let it happen naturally. I know that's hard. I know that's hard, man. That is so hard to let go of like that. I get it. I know. But I don't care who you are. 95% of a spiritual path is a trust-based path. This is for everybody out there. Pisces, hang on a second, y'all. It's a trust-based path. I know a lot of people look at spiritual people who are good at manifesting and, you know, are tapped into their guides and, you know, have a relationship with the universe. And it's really easy to look at somebody like that and think that they have it all figured out. When the answer is no, they don't have shit figured out. They've only figured out one thing, and that is how to let go and trust that the universe is working things out for them. As easy as that sounds, that is not an easy thing to do. We want to control everything. We want to figure everything out, you know? It's hard to step back, no matter what's going on in your life. No matter how challenging things seem, no matter how fucked up things seem, it's hard to step back and say, all right, then, universe, dude, I'm guessing that you're doing this for a reason. And just letting things happen without trying to force things, without trying to fight things. You know, I'm not saying be lazy and don't do nothing. I'm saying that if you do your best and the universe is fighting against you, let go. See what I'm saying? All right, sorry about that, Pisces. Everybody needed to hear that, though. I don't care who you are. All right, Pisces, what messages do we have for you? What are the messages for the Pisces family? What are the messages for the Pisces family? 2 of Cups reversed. Hang on. Hierophant. Oh. Okay, so this definitely looks like something that ended. Can't help it. 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 2 of Cups reversed. This is something that came to an end. And believe it or not, I think a lot of you have been doing much more healing than you know. A lot more healing than you know. It's not uncommon at all for somebody to come to me for a reading asking me what they're doing wrong. And they ain't doing nothing wrong. true healing, if you're healing right, it sucks. If you're really healing the way you're supposed to, it sucks. It's not fun. It's painful. It's hurtful. It's a pain in the ass. It don't feel good. And a lot of you have been doing a lot more healing than you know. I would even go as far as to say that a lot of you aren't even the same person anymore after this. And I know there's a little handful of you who are dealing with a situation that triggered your spiritual awakening, aren't you? Oh, I feel like there's a bunch of you. There's a bunch of you dealing with a situation that it either triggered your spiritual awakening or it's really been pushing you down the spiritual path. So basically the point of it is that a lot of you have been going through something very, very, very hurtful and very painful, but there's this weird part of you that is kind of starting to see the deeper meaning behind it. The question is, are you going to allow yourself to continue to remain open to that? That's hard to do. But as far, it's kind of feeling like some of you either feel like you have no options available to you, or you're just not interested in any of the options available to you. Now, it looks like a lot of you have been going through some pretty rough shit. Very lonely, very broken, very drained and hurt. And believe it or not, I know some of you may not even believe me, but it's happening the way it's supposed to. You were not supposed to be the same person. That's the reason why this happened. This happened to help you become the person you were meant to become. Some of you are starting to see it, though. Some of you are absolutely starting to become very aware of that. And others of you are not wanting to become aware of that because that's painful. That's painful. That's hurtful, right? Well, shit, that was a weird message. Let's just go ahead and jump to see what's coming in next for Pisces. Something new coming in, something old coming back. Is the next person coming in the person that you have your eye on? Let's see what's coming in next for Pisces. Five of Cups. Uh-oh. Little bit more healing that needs to be done. Hang on. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. So the good news is that the next person coming in is on a completely different vibrational level. Completely different. Right? The primary law is the law of vibration. So that means that if it's on a different vibrational level, the contract is a different outcome than anything you've ever experienced. If you get my hint. The bad news, though, is that until you do a certain level of healing, you and this person are not a vibrational match. So that would indicate to me that no, you have no idea who this person is. No idea. You have no clue. So you're more than likely going to be tested a couple of times. You're going to be tested a couple of times before your actual person shows up. And I wish I had the time to break this down and explain this here in this video. But being tested can help accelerate your healing path. You can transmute through spiritual tests very easily. Very easily. So I could go as far as to say that your actual person is due to come in, but I don't think it's going to happen without being tested at least once or twice. And I'm thinking a lot of you have been going through shit so rough that you learned your lesson. Oh, you learned. I think the majority of you are going to ace that test with flying fucking colors. What's the advice? Advice for Pisces. What is the advice? What advice do we have for Pisces? Oh, there's your person. Okay, look, I like how this is coming out. Okay. So, your person is going to be and feel unlike anyone you've ever been with, and it's going to feel unlike anything you've ever felt. Okay? If you connect with a person or a situation that even smells like the same bullshit you've seen or heard before, this is not your person. Your person is not a confusing, inconsistent, unreliable, irresponsible, two-faced, flaky, fickle, shady ass fucking person that's going to leave you sitting awake scratching your head all night. No. One of the first things I promise you're going to notice when you meet this person is you are going to instantly know that you can trust them. Instantly. I can't explain how you know. One of the things that I have gathered talking to people throughout my line of work and just in regular everyday life is that it's not uncommon at all that until you meet your person, you don't even realize that you've never met somebody you could fully trust before. Until you know what it feels like to be able to fully trust someone, you don't even realize how many people you couldn't trust in the past. You know that. So like, for example, let's say you're dating somebody and they went to visit their mom for the weekend. And you say, oh, so what'd you do this weekend? Oh, well, went to mom's, then we had a barbecue, and then we went out and saw a movie, and then, the next day she cooked dinner, and then this and blah, 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 blah. And you know how you get that little feeling where it's like, you're leaving something out. You're leaving something out. There's something else going on in there. You're lying about something. You're hiding something, and it just eats at you at the deepest pit. And it eats at you, and you want to just make excuses for it. No. I'm just being paranoid. I'm sure that didn't happen. Blah, blah, blah. And you make excuses and you talk yourself out of that little feeling until it goes away. You know that will not be present when you meet this person. You will instantly know that you can trust that person. Whenever you kind of walk in the room and you see the person you're with over there kind of like texting something, right? And then you ask them, who are you talking to? Oh, that's my uncle. And you just feel it's like, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. That ain't your uncle. You lying. You don't want to say anything, but you're like, no, it's not. That will not be present when you meet your person. When you ask your person, who are you talking to? And they say, oh, that's my mom. I know you're telling me the truth. How do I know? I can't explain how. But you'll know that you can trust that person. Okay? I know that sounds silly, dude. Trust me. You won't be able to understand it until you experience it. Okay? All right, well, I feel like those were the messages that all my signs of the zodiac needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again, y'all, for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And remember, there's only one way to get a reading from me, and that's in the description of this video. You have to go to my website, tarotwithrich.com. I will not reach out to you on Facebook or Instagram or in the comments of these videos asking you if you want a reading. Okay? There's only one way to get a reading from me, and that's down there in the description. If it's not in the description of my video, it's not me. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.